Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
They say the show must go on, and indeed it is, but not as if nothing happened, because it has. Our dear friend and colleague at RTV Marbella, Enrique Moreno, passed away unexpectedly, suddenly, over the weekend. And to say that it's a tragedy is just, there are no words to express how everybody is feeling. RTV Marbella is a family, an extended family, one that I feel privileged to be a part of for nearly 10 years. And nothing's going to be the same without Enrique. Walking in the studio, he's the second person you see when you walk in. You go in and there's Enrique, smiling, always something funny to say, always joking around. And now he's not here. And it seems surreal. I don't think any of us have got our heads around it yet. Of course, our hearts go out to his wife, his children, his family, and everybody who's going to miss him so very much. I had the opportunity to really get to know Enrique during lockdown when we did a television program together, Marbella Babble. All of us babbling in different languages, learning different languages, and I really got to appreciate him, not just his humor and his capabilities, but also seeing him at home with his family. And it's a big loss for all of us, and we miss you, Enrique. Rest in peace.
Quiero hacer esto, aunque no voy a hacer nada, como hacen los Rafa Nadal.
I am delighted to welcome to the program Stephan and Mika. I've known Stephan for quite a while, the first time meeting Mika. Good morning, how lovely to have you both here.
Hello.
I met you, Stephan, well, after you had just finished working at Ocean Club as the chef there, is that correct?
Exactly, yeah, correct.
How long were you there?
10 years I was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you actually made Ocean Club what it is with your excellent cuisine.
Okay, that's what they say, yeah. I don't want to say it for myself, but yeah, little bit,
I kind of think it was the way. I know they were very emblematic for your cooking and you helped put them on the map.
Exactly, yeah. People liked it, so it was good.
And then you branched out on your own.
Yes.
I think there's enough time that you can do with party and in the kitchen so much.
After a while you have enough of all these things, and I wanted to do something else, so I opened a restaurant as well, on my own, with my son, and then COVID came.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, yeah.
Such bad timing.
And that's when I started to do catering, actually, because people still needed to eat, and it was allowed, so that's when I started to do catering.
Well, I think it's a fabulous idea, and you are such a good cook. I mean, I know that whenever, even you make sandwiches, taste like it's Michelin star cuisine.
Oh, thank you.
Have you always liked cooking?
I cook since more than 40 years, so I like it. I like it. It's in me, and that's the only thing I can do, I would say.
I think it's very funny, Mika, that you were just mentioning, I'm going to share this, I have to spill the tea. You were mentioning that when you and Stephan started dating, you didn't know that he was a chef, but you're a chef yourself.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to go out with a chef.
No.
Why not?
Well, because chef is physically and just required a lot, and mostly morning, daytime, night shift, and so it's not the normal life. So that's why I know what it is, and the end of the day I'm tired, and it's not going to work with chef and chef. So.
But it's amazing how it's turned out. You actually not only get on, but you actually work together, so at least you're together when you're working.
Yes, I'm very surprised, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah.
What kind of cuisine do you do? Or do you do, I know that you're very specialized, but do you do anything? What do you like to do when you're catering?
Well, the good thing when I met her, actually, I'm more specialized in Belgium, French kitchen, more classic. And like she's from Japan, she's more like, she can do Italian food, French food, she's really good as well. Asian, Japanese, she's really good in making sushis. It's unbelievable. I have a restaurant home now.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's really good in all these things. So we could diversify our things, and have more different things for people and making our menu bigger, let's say.
I think it's fabulous, particularly a lot of people, not even for an event, just for themselves, if you're having a small party at home or even just for yourselves. Nowadays, people do a lot more eating out and ordering in because of COVID. It changed everything, the way we
Changed
move.
a lot, yeah. It started then actually that people started to eat more home and making things home because they don't have to, they can drink and they don't have to drive, and it started like this, and it's true that it becomes bigger and bigger. We do as well, we make food for elder people home. We have like people who have like offices where we bring food every week and all these things.
Oh, so that's a good idea. You're making food to take to the offices.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
a
we do.
very good idea.
Yeah, that's what we do, yeah. So we bring food everywhere, and we're making food for people home. We're doing like from 2 people to 100 people and even more. Weddings, we try to do weddings, we try to do a bit of everything.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Where did you guys meet?
Oh, ask her.
Mika, tell it again, spill the tea. Where did you meet? I like all this local gossip.
Well, it's a dating site, actually.
Oh, fabulous. Here in Marbella?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, oh. There are good stories that come.
looks like, yeah.
No, fabulous.
Yeah.
I was not interested, actually. My friend made everything my profile on. Yeah.
Oh, but that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's a nice story.
Well, we started to talk for a while, and then we said like we should meet once,
And it went from there. And then you had the bad news. He's actually a chef.
Yes, he didn't tell me.
no, I didn't tell I was.
You didn't have that on your profile, that you were a chef. It's such a big
No.
part of who you are.
Because it's my son who made it actually.
Oh, so your friend made your profile.
And
Your
my son made mine.
yours.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, it's really funny actually. And I don't know, he didn't put I was a chef because I said don't put too many things, so I was never thinking on dating another chef as well actually. I don't know. It's just, it's
I don't think that's
it's
so
nice
cute, though,
and
that
it's
neither
funny,
of you were going out to look for love, but it found both of you.
Yeah.
Took you by surprise.
Yeah, and
Marbella
it's,
has that.
Surprise.
and it's nice actually, I love it.
Oh, and it's lovely to see that you have such a nice business going. You both look very cute. The uniforms are lovely. Marbella Catering, personal chef.
Yeah.
And I like that. So you don't mind going to cook just for dinner for 2 people?
No.
If you have offices, you can get Stephan and Mika coming in to bring you food, and obviously big events. Do you just do the catering and then collaborate with people for tables and chairs?
Yes, we do.
So
We
you've
do.
managed to set up like the
Everything,
background
yeah.
teams and...
Yeah, we do quite a lot of things like for people's home. We did like 100 people already as well. So we have tables, chairs, everything, stuff, whatever.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we do everything. We go, we cook, and we clean everything after, so people
No
are
need to
happy.
do anything.
No.
And I imagine it's a much nicer rhythm, even though you work very hard, than being in, say, a big company like Ocean Club or even having your own restaurant. It's a very slave profession.
Exactly, yeah. It's very slavery, and plus now we do it with 2, and we do whatever we want actually, and we don't have nobody to refer on, and that's
It's like
easier.
no one, which is
Yeah.
the best, being your
Yeah.
own boss. Has its negatives, but then it has a lot of pluses.
Plus we do it together, it's nicer.
Fabulous. And do you travel if someone's watching from the UK or from the States and they say, we want you to come and cater for us?
We go wherever they want.
You send them for the tickets and they're on their way.
Exactly, yeah. Just send the
We're
tickets and
very
we're coming, yeah.
Very
Very flexible, yeah.
Fabulous. How long have you lived in Marbella, Stephan?
Me, 20 years now.
And you, Mika?
3 years.
So you're quite new.
Yes.
What did you come straight from Japan? Were you living somewhere else? What was your story?
No, I've been all around the world. The last place I was in Monaco, and then COVID started, but I had a property in Spain. So I packed up after first lockdown, and then I came here. Then I start to work here. Then but catering I've been doing, like when I used to live in London as well. So I've been doing this like a private chef, and also I had my own restaurant in London a long time ago.
You have very similar
Yeah.
stories. And it's
Bit,
funny
yeah.
that you didn't want to be, no chefs, it's very hard work, it's a hard life.
And no more restaurants as well, so that's the...
Yeah, people don't, I think, realize the responsibility and how hard it is to run a restaurant, because it's being at the markets first thing in the morning, buying all the produce, telling people that you exist
Yeah.
is a hard thing in
That's
itself.
the hardest, actually.
And then I would say the hardest is the employees. particularly in
I agree,
Spain.
yeah.
You're very subject to an employee in Spain.
Complicated
You
as
owe
well.
them more than your family.
Yeah.
You're so committed to them. So it definitely makes a lot of sense that you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, nobody wants to do this anymore. It's like working in the restaurants. Nobody wants to do this anymore. So.
It's a hard job.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is,
hard
it's
job.
hard. And if you want to be good at it and be nice doing it, then it takes a lot out of you.
You need to love it. If you don't love it, you cannot do this. It's like, you need to like it. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Did you know you were going to be in cooking since you were young? Was it something that you knew as a child that you wanted to cook?
Yeah. Apparently, I said from when I was kid, I want to be a chef.
The same for you, Mika? Always been something your passion?
No, I always loved cooking, but not professionally. But my father used to have a restaurant, and he wanted me to join, but I said no, I didn't have a proper train, and actually I was journalist first, my first job. And then later on, I moved to Switzerland. I was in a business school, and then this is a moment I really want to do. So I stopped. I went to France. I went to culinary school, and then I started my new career.
So it was all in your blood without you knowing it. It was there, latent, just wait. But I suppose all the other things you've done have been very useful. Having all those other things you've done in a career have helped you doing what you're doing now.
Oh, certainly. Every career, every country I went to, I don't know how many countries I lived my life, but it's in my blood, and also it's like remember the taste and everything, and you learn the culture as well. So now, like, it's my cuisine reflect, my background.
And you have that ability that when you taste something and you know you can just work out what's in it and you can reproduce it. That must be very exciting to have that
That's
ability.
exactly correct. Yeah. If I really like it, I came home from the restaurant, I start cooking. Yeah. It's
I
amazing.
mean, that's quite a gift, isn't it, when you can
Yeah.
actually just differentiate between the subtleties of each flavor.
Yes. But it's the challenge, and also it's amazing things. It's like when you encounter a beautiful cuisine, it's like it's beyond the how do you call you cannot explain. It's like almost heaven, and it's like a true art, and that's I respect the kind of the cuisine.
Is there anything in common between, there's so many different types of cuisine. You're saying from Belgium, you've got the UK, if you can call that cuisine, and French, Italian, Japanese. Is there anything that you would say makes them all the same, that joins them in unity, or are they really so different in concept, culture and flavors that they can't be compared? Is there anything they have in common?
I think there's some comment from my opinion. I mean, there's culture different, taste different, how they grill, roll, fresh different. But I think it's more about the passion, and it's like more you make effort, like push yourself to the best. And I can tell, even different cuisine, is the chef making effort, I can tell.
It's funny because you can, even as a cooking at home with the children, I knew that the days that I really put my love in it, they would all say, oh, mummy, that was delicious. But the days you just got the meal out the way, they ate it in exactly the same way. It's like the energy does seep into the food.
I totally agree with you, yeah.
Wonderful. So make sure you catch them on a good day. So everything tastes good when they're happy. No lovers' quarrels going on.
That's also reflect, yes, as well, yeah.
But it's funny, it's true.
Yep.
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you as a couple. I've been very excited, and so funny that you didn't want to go out with a chef, and there you have it. Now they're chefing together.
You never
Marbella Catering, personal chefs, whether it's just one of you or 101 of you, Stephan and Mika have got it covered. Thank you so much.
Thank you
It's
so
really
much.
been quite fun meeting you.
You too.
Really wonderful. And I have to arrange a party now just to get them to come over. Anyway, in the meanwhile, let's go over now to the industrial estate in San Pedro, El Polígono de San Pedro, because we're going to meet Isla Rose. Isla Rose is a dancer, professional dancer. She's danced with the best, but she's here now teaching us, young and old alike, how to get our moves on. Good afternoon. There's a lot going on.
The classes start at 4:30. People like to bring.
Ah, vale, genial. Es la clase
Hi, this is Isla Rose and welcome to my dance academy. So we've been open for 8 years now. We're so grateful to be a part of this amazing community. And this was originally opened because there wasn't any other styles of dance, hip hop, and acrobatics and jazz offered for the community, something that I grew up with living in California. So, and I didn't know where else to teach, so I was like, oh, if there's nowhere else for me to be, I might as well start it myself. So it kind of grew, like snowballed, and now we're already at 450 students. We're so grateful. And it's so many people, so many kids, so many adults. Yeah, so we're really, really grateful. So we have something for everybody. We have around 68 classes a week. So in the mornings, we have a bikini fitness class, where we have weights, and we also have yoga going on for adults. We have salsa, we have Zumba in the afternoons as well. And then as the time goes, around 4:30 are our more tiny tots classes, like the baby, ballet, hip hop, acrobatics, and then it goes on from there. So the later you go, the older you might be. So we have classes for teens that are jazz and contemporary. We have technique, ballet also, hip hop for teens and adults, and then a late sexy heels class for the moms or the young 20-year-olds that want to, you know, live their best life and show off their heels and their sassiness. We also have a silk class, an aerial hoop, which is when you go up really, really high on the silk. We also offer camps, so we have a Christmas camp, a Semana Santa camp, Semana Blanca, summer camp as well for kids ages 3 to 18. We have 3 different rooms, so there's plenty of space for everybody. And then we also have competition teams for the more advanced students. We're going to London this year. We're going to Blanes, which is near Barcelona as well. Some of our students are going to Portugal, and we've done really well years past. We're really, really grateful. The teams consist of kids from ages 5 to 18 as well. And we have acrobatics teams, hip hop teams, and jazz contemporary teams. We also work with different nonprofits in town. So we work with Piel de Mariposa. There's lots of lost and found clothing and things that we give to them, and toys for Christmas, as well as Collective Calling. We did a collaboration with them, and we're always looking to reach out to the community and perform and give back. We are also really lucky to have such amazing instructors. So most of our instructors have had 10 years plus of experience. And we have an instructor that trained for the Olympics, Lorelai. We have another instructor, myself, I've danced for Shakira, Rihanna, Black Eyed Peas in Los Angeles. We have another one who's coming in because I am pregnant from Los Angeles and Canada, and she's danced also with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears, and they just have a long list of accreditations, so we're very, very lucky.
I'm sitting here with a superstar.
Yeah.
And congratulations on the baby. It's so exciting.
Thank you. Like this area, maybe?
Perfect. So
Good.
you are so impressive, Isla. It's absolutely fabulous. I know the kids are waiting to come in.
Yes.
So let's let them in, and perhaps you can just show us a quick look around the studio.
Sure. So this is our main studio, the larger studio. We also have, I forgot to mention, we have pole dance as well, pole screws up there, and the silken aerial hoops screws are up there. This is getting ready for acrobatics. We're about to have an acrobatics class. And this room is huge. I forgot the medidas, but it's really big.
It is really big. Let's go take a look back here and let's focus in on this room because it is a big room.
Yes, good for dancing.
Fabulous. And the kids are here early. They're so eager. The parents are eager.
Yes, both, all of the above. We'll go get them now. I think they're having snacks, some of them, before they come in. Hello. You can see our reception. In about 5 minutes they'll come in. Or write it if you think you about kangaroo jumps. That's the one with the kangaroo. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, Kate's done the kangaroo. Yeah.
Okay, so we have her here coming in on Wednesdays at 4:30. We also have pole dance. I hope I didn't miss anything. We have quite a few classes here, classes for everybody. What you just saw now was the intro to acro class for ages 4 to 6. We also have other baby classes for ages 3 and 4, and then after the 4 to 6, it's ages 7 to 11, and then 12 plus, and then adults. So it's for literally everybody and anybody who'd like to join. Now we're gonna go upstairs and see our minis team rehearsal and another intro to ballet class that's upstairs. Let's go. My mom did that a lot. My mom and my dad were presenters and radio presenters. Very lucky if you want to come and join our intro to ballet. This is one of the only classes that has space right now. So come join and we'll watch them.
Good. Okay. Again. Now with the music. Keep going.
Hi. Aren't you beautiful?
You can go wave at the camera. Say hello.
Hello, sweetheart. Hi guys. It was very impressive coming in watching you all doing that, by the way. Yeah.
That's good. You liked it.
Yeah, it was nice. Very exciting.
See? Okay.
Thank you so much for having me, and we can't wait to see you for your first class because it's also free. Come on and try.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hoganstown. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody tries drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
You've been out of shape and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the rain.
Zero Heroes.
Welcome to Vigo Banús.
Zero Hero, welcome to Balmari.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new. Hey, hey.
I'm delighted to welcome back to the program Paula Chinchilla. Paula, lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
My daughter-in-law's name is Paula, and it's funny because in English we say Paula,
Oh, no
but if we say it
matter.
in Spanish, but I don't think it's right to translate a name. Do you know
No,
what I
it's
mean? In the
not.
sense of
They
your
don't
name's
have
your
to-
name, so
it
Paula.
doesn't have translator.
Paula, lovely to see you. For those of you who haven't seen Paula before, her sister and her have together family support group, which is very necessary here in the Costa del Sol, particularly because we do like to come and retire here. But then when we retire here, we get older here, and some of us do need care. And that's what the wonderful service that you girls provide, which is amazing because you do it with such heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that comes from starting the company because of your mother.
Yes.
And when you lost your mother, you didn't have the support you looked for,
Not at
which
all.
instigated both of you to take this course. Tell us a little bit about, obviously, the sad losing your mom, but what you went through that pushed you to say, well, we have to do something about this.
Yes, because we live how the health system is here in Spain. Imagine how it's for foreign people. For Spanish it's hard, but foreign people much more. And we see my mother suffering all the time. She was screaming for the pain, she was under pain, and she suffered until the end moment. So we decided not to see that again. Why do people have to be in a hospital? We decided to bring the hospital to the house and give you the dignity that you need if you, no matter you have a terminal illness or a chronic illness.
Unfortunately, the way the Spanish health system works, although it is really very good, they don't have the caring facilities. So the doctor will come and treat you, and the nurse will come and do whatever they have to do. But then the rest of the time, you're left very much to your own devices. So there's no one washing you. If you're not eating, no one's coming to sit there with you and make sure that you eat and do all the things that your family members would do, which I believe, as I've seen, the Spanish system relies heavily on family and friends taking over all the things that they're not doing in the hospital. And
Yes.
for us foreigners, we don't always have that family support system to be able to do that, and it becomes very worrying.
Yes, it's stressful and worrying, and also you don't have the same language. So you have to try to relax people when they are there in this situation. You have to give it all down. You have to explain very well how it's going to be, what is the illness, what is the expectations of the illness. You have to, and also it's very important to give it in the same language.
Another thing, when you're saying that in the medical system in Spain, I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm just relaying truths as I've seen them through my father and other people that through the television you see what they're going through. The Spanish doctors are very authoritarian. So they don't like you to ask questions, they don't expect you to ask questions. In fact, they expect you to just do as you're told. And that isn't good enough. So you
No.
really need someone to advocate also on your behalf, to fight for the information, to know what's going on, and to be able to get involved.
You have to be informed that everything is going to happen. I mean, here the doctors talk to you behind a table, and just it's like a teacher saying you listen. We're coming to your house, making you a plan, a personal plan, because each patient is totally different. Talking with the family, sometimes also with the patients. Sometimes the patients don't want to talk or don't want to know. And prepare what you're going to need, the hours that you're going to need, what you expect, ask me the questions that you want. You have 24 hours per day, 365 days per year.
So if somebody needs that full-time live-in help,
Absolutely.
that is available. And also if they need to go to the doctor for appointments, you can accompany them, because again, it's that language barrier. I know that I speak really good Spanish, and yet I had to fight so many times to speak to a doctor, to get someone to come, to get something done, to get answers to questions. You have to, and I'm kind of a quiet person, I don't like confrontation, but I found myself like basically screaming all the time just to be heard.
Of course, we bring people to the doctor's appointment to translate it, to help talk with the daughters or sons that are outside of the country, outside of Spain, and they want to know, and explain everything, because it has to be like that.
In palliative care, in the sense of, I love it when you say nobody needs to die in hospital alone, and you need to be at home with your family, with your dignity. Big one, because again, seeing my father having his legs amputated in the hospital in Malaga, I mean, he was left there in his own poop. They don't have enough staff, and he was the horrors that I've seen, and yet hospitals aren't already so ready to let them go home. I imagine it must be a financial initiative or incentive to keep them in hospital. It's a horrible thing to say, but again,
it is.
I don't want to criticize, things are as they are, but it does seem that there's very much that financial drag to just keep people in hospital, to keep them coming.
In the private hospitals, yes, of course it's financial, because they charge you every night that you stay in the hospital, and probably much more than a nursing home care, so much more. Or they send you to a hospice, or they say, well, and in the public it's absolutely the other side, is they don't want you to have you in the hospital. Why? Because the public, you are paying public taxes, and it's not a business. And they want to send you so fast home.
Again, but you need the help. If they're sending
also,
you out,
they have to explain you, they have to give you the possibility that you have a personal home cares, not in the hospital, but yes, you can. It's a possibility that you have it in the house. Why not? I mean, we bring you the machines, the doctors, the caregivers, the nurses, and speaking you in the same language. That's it. It's very simple.
It makes so much sense, in the sense if you can be at home, especially in hospitals where they have visiting hours, and which makes it very difficult. And if you're not feeling well and you're a little bit depressed, to be alone in a hospital or a hospice or an aged care home when they don't even speak your language, and they won't serve you the food you like. I mean, there's a lot of...
Can you imagine how you feel if you don't speak the language, if you don't understand what's going around, if you have another one behind you in another bed? Imagine the situation. It's horrible.
It's horrible. As I said, I've lived through it myself. I've seen the horrors and the futility, the impotencia of not being able to help. But the Spanish system, and again, when we say a lot of people come to live in Spain, a lot of people come to retire here, but you do need to make provisions of, obviously we will all get older, and to have that in mind of how you're going to address that. And if you, fortunately, it's nice that we get to live long lives, and if we pass away in our sleep, I suppose that's the best way. But it's not always the case. As I said, my dad wasn't initially palliative care, but you had one leg amputated and then the other, and he needed continual...
It's terrific.
Just needed help all the time, and in hospital it was the worst. When he was there, it was because we couldn't even look after him.
And because you have another life. You have your father, you have your mother, you have your sister, but you have your own job, you have children, you have granddaughters, grandsons, you have to go to your job. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult. So that's we try to bring all the help to your house.
So if anyone's interested or got questions, they can just contact you in the sense of to see what you cover, because I know it's not just palliative care. If you need a nurse for X amount of time, if you're going away and you need someone to come look after a family member, if you're in England and you don't know what to do with your family living over here, as I can say from personal experience, Paula and Monica are so available to answer your questions and to be there.
Of course.
Paula, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't know how you do what you do and keep smiling, because you're always so cheerful. But that's the plus, that you, I suppose, to help the patients always be up.
That should be.
Congratulations, thank you. Family support group, very necessary. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Monica.
Hi, I'm Paula.
We are sisters and we are here to talk to you because we are the founders of Family Support Group. This is a company that began many years ago when our mom died. It was something horrible for us because nobody can help us. And in this moment we decided that no one who faces a terrible illness can be in the same process like us.
So that was the reason that we created Family Support Group. And we bring you the doctors, caregivers, and nurses to your own house for help you.
Our mom wanted to be at home, and we had problems with the healthcare system in Spain because you must talk with a lot of doctors, you must try to investigate many things and many information, and we were absolutely alone.
We can bring you all the medical service to your house.
We want to be your family support group.
No one needs to pass away in a hospital or in a hospice. You can be in your own house with your family and with all the dignity and treatment that you need for your family. Call us. We are here for you.
Welcome to the sister restaurant.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai.
I'm delighted to have Lady Lynda Woodin back in the studio. Happy New Year. It's been ages since I've seen you.
Happy New Year to you. It's almost Valentine's Day.
I know.
I guess that's why I'm in red.
Yes, but just to be seen, the power colour for a powerful woman. It's really nice to catch up.
Yes.
And tell us a bit. Let's start with, you do so many things. I mean, Lynda got a hand in everything. A hand, a foot, a toe, a finger. Let's start with your online magazine, Culture Clique.
The Culture Clique.
The Culture Clique.
Well,
tell us a bit about the Culture Clique.
Well, it's purely online, as you know, and we try and cover the whole of Spain. So if there's events in Spain, or people that are living in Spain doing something out in another country, and we will write up about it. And I think we have a link with you as well, with one of your television programs.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, and it's a very simple, easy one to watch and look at if you want to pick up information about certain regions. I think we're probably more proficient in the Costa del Sol than anywhere else for obvious reasons, because we're based down here. But we are linked into what's on in Malaga, for argument's sake. And a lot of people will pick us up on that sort of thing.
I mean, you have a knowledge of the Costa del Sol, very privy. There's very few people who have the history you do. I mean, your parents were here. Your parents had an apartment on the Muelle Uno in Malaga. You understand the culture. You've been here through the different growths. What has it been like over the last years watching the changes, particularly in Malaga? Because it's just spectacular now.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic now. It really is. Yeah, my parents bought, in fact, off plan in the second building in La Malagueta, which now is just one big American peninsula, really, let's put it that way, which has got Muelle Uno, as you say. And quite honestly, it was not great around that area. There were lots of little fishermen's sort of villages and bits and pieces going on there. There was no beach. They had to bring the beach up from the ocean, And now we've got a beautiful, beautiful beach where every single event that takes place in Malaga has to have an event.
And Malagueta now is like the place to be.
Yeah.
It's like one of the places that you really wouldn't go in and feel safe, and now it is like the place to be.
Yeah. And in fact, Google Europe are about to open there. And in the old days, that very same building was Army headquarters. So they're very excited about it, which actually has lifted the whole area a lot more. And of course, you've got the big boats coming in there, and the people who want to walk into town obviously go past where we are, and it's great fun. But Malaga city itself is absolutely fantastic now. And the museums and art galleries and restaurants, which are...
The rooftop restaurants.
Rooftop restaurants, exactly. And even the funny little English church, they have events going every night where a lot of people, it's part of the bus route, that when they do sights of Malaga, you can jump out there and go and listen to the music in amongst all the bodies.
There's so many bodies.
Et cetera.
I was going to say about in Christmas, going to see the lights. I don't know how you even feel to get in there. There's so many people, but there's Lynda in there with the crowds.
For no good reason.
But amazing how many people go.
Yeah.
It's so emblematic.
Oh, it is. And also, I mean, they really do a fantastic job there. And you've been to the Feria with us, haven't you?
Yeah, and the Fashion Week, which is wonderful when they do the fashion show down...
Straight down the
Larios.
And really, it's amazing, amazing.
I was amazed a few times I've gone and stayed in the Old Town just overnight, which is well worth doing, because you really get to see it in a different way, is how there are people out in the streets all hours drinking, tappers, it's wonderful. But then 7 in the morning, it's as like nothing has happened. So clean. It's become
5
a very...
in the morning, every day, they will go and they will do the beaches, they will do all the streets, they work.
What a
really,
change, because I know
really
that in the old days, they think, oh, Malaga is a dirty city, but it's such a difference.
Not for
clean,
a long time. Yeah.
So many things to go and see, and I love the trees.
Yes.
The trees, some of the widest trees I've ever seen, and who would think we have that just in Malaga?
I know. And in the old days, when we used to have the feria, and they didn't use the beach, they used to do it in the Alameda with those beautiful trees. And of course, we had someone like Ricky Martin coming to sing, and everybody wanted to see him. So people were climbing the trees and sitting in the trees watching the stage. It was great fun.
The beautiful old days.
Yeah. And the city's still amazing. I've still got the apartment, by the way.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. Hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
Hold on to it. Hold on to it. You're also, I believe, a member of the Conservatives Abroad, which I find quite a chuckle. And that's kind of getting going again now.
Yes,
Is it also like, now that the Brits have the vote, even if we've been out of the country for over 15 years, as of January, this is now...
January 16th.
The 16th that came into effect. So that's pretty exciting.
Very exciting. Obviously, you've got all the parties that everyone's going to be able to vote for. But from Conservatives Abroad, we were quite strong with Conservatives along this coast up until about 6 years ago. And then obviously things changed quite dramatically with Brexit and this and that and the next thing. But we're hoping to pick up a lot of votes, yes please, from opening the gates, so that people that have left the UK, or anywhere else by the way, can now vote.
I think as long as you were at some stage registered to vote in the UK, then you have the right. So I'm thinking, I did.
Yeah.
I had my first vote at 18 in the UK, and then I left the country. But I did register for that first vote.
And you will be able to vote again, because you can remember that address, and all you have to do is state where your last address was.
I do actually. I do remember the address. Well, I know it perfectly.
And you know which party to vote for.
And I do, of course. I mean, would I say anything different? You're also very involved with Age Concern Marbella San Pedro.
Correct, yes. So
paving for the way for when you get old, there'll be something ready for you.
Eventually.
That day, when that day comes.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're not like the other age concerns in Fuengirola and Estepona, where they've both got shops. We have no shop, but we do a lot of events, and therefore we need to actually get out there and make people much more aware. See, I'm doing the hands as well. Like
exactly, we do. We've been here a long time.
Yes.
So I was saying to Lynda, if I don't want to talk, if I want to listen to someone, I actually have to sit on my hands, because the minute I'm going to interrupt them, I literally will go to put my hands. Oh, right, I wanted to be quiet. Put your hands back.
Have to be quiet.
We've lived here a long time. We're very
Yes,
Spanish.
Yes, it is funny. But age concern has grown hugely, which is wonderful. And sadly, we were going to have a huge ball towards the end of last year. But a lot of people don't have the money that they used to, and neither do we now have many of the people that would be here permanently. They're only allowed to stay 90 days.
Yes.
So they aren't supporting any of the charities or any of the places and events.
It's amazing how many things
clubs.
it's affected without us even realising the ramifications could go there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even like the Art Society, you know, we have 5 along the coast, and many of them are really struggling now because people, if they're staying 90 days, why should they pay for a year? So they'd rather just come as a visitor. We had a lecture last night, actually, and we did have full house, 54
Wonderful.
people, which is brilliant. However, most of the people who used to be members came and paid as non-members.
Right.
Because they're saying, why should we pay when we don't have to pay?
Oh.
So Brexit has really, really affected certainly most people that live in Europe, in Spain in particular.
When I'm hearing you say, why do you have to pay? It's reminding me, Lynda is the voice of our Zero Hero campaign. Why pay if you don't have to?
Yes.
So do remember to check out Zero Hero venues, which include the Obal Hotel, the Hard Rock Hotel, the Harbour Restaurant. I mean, you name it, go to zerohero.es and check it out, because if you're the designated driver, you get free soft drinks. And Lynda, why pay if you don't have to?
Why pay if you don't have to? And a lot of restaurants are now offering alcohol-free gin, wine.
This is also true.
Etc. So, you know.
Exactly. The main objective is to go out, have a good time, but be responsible when you get in the car and go for a drive. And that brings me to the lovely event we had at the Guadalmina Golf Club,
Correct.
Where you addressed the response from the lassies celebrating Burns Night.
Yes.
That was fun. It was a lovely evening.
You enjoyed it.
I
Great.
did very much.
Yeah, we had 100 people there, which was brilliant. And obviously everything was very traditional. And
Lovely to see all the men in their skirts.
their kilts, their kilts. Yeah, and all the ladies made an effort as well.
It was lovely, and I was nice to see that Ian of Essential magazine, he was all dressed up in his lovely outfit, and then I got to see inside. Jerry opened his sporran, which is a handbag.
Yes.
It is a handbag. I don't care what they say. He said, well, I've got no pockets. I said, yes, like the women, you've got a bag for your things, and it's called a sporran, but it was really a handbag worn around his waist.
You were terrified.
Well, I don't know. I was filming. It's like, do I dare? Well, let's have a little film inside Jerry's handbag. So well done, Jerry. It was a fabulous organisation.
Yes.
And Leslie playing on the bagpipes.
And he murdered the haggis.
He did. Good stabbing. Well, you know something? I took some film.
Oh, did you?
So let's go and have a look at the Burns Night celebrating Robert Burns, the poet. And you will be able to see Lynda
Wee Rabbi
giving the response from the lassies. And then we'll be back in a second to say goodbye. Good evening.
Good evening, Nicole, and welcome to Guadalmina Golf Club, Burns Night. First time ever.
Very exciting. You look fabulous. How are you dressed in?
This is a McLean tartan, one of my family tartans. See it, sporran, ski and do.
Ever ready?
Ever ready.
Very cool. Lovely. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Hi.
John Grimm. Oh yeah, I'm speaking to, I've never met Campbell until this evening, but there's something good for you.
Thank you all for coming here tonight to celebrate the great poet Robbie Burns. So I'd like to thank the club for letting us organise a Burns night tonight, and I'd like to thank in particular some people, Chell, who's been helping with the business end. You all know Chell from the club. Campbell, who's been organising Burns suppers longer than I have. Some of our speakers tonight, Lynda, Woodin, from Zimbabwe, South Africa, but of Scottish heritage. And last but not least, we thought an Englishman should do some work, so Jeff Bromley is going to, although he's got strong Edinburgh connections and Scottish blood in his vein, he's going to do something English. Your honest, sonsy face, great chieftain of the pudding race. Bring them all, you take your place. Pinch, tripe, or firm, we'll are your word of your grace, as long as my own. The groaning trencher there you fill, his hurdies like a distant hill. Your pin would help to mend a mill in time of need, while through your pores the dew distills like amber beef. His knife, see rustic labour dyke, and cut ye up or ready slight. Who you looking at, you gushing your groaning entrails bright like any ditch, and then, what a sight. Is there a his French ragout or olio with star soup? Look down and steer and scornful, resounds his tread. Clap to these while I leave the blade. Slander!
Slander!
It's what? Haggis, meats and tatties with a whiskey sauce.
What are tatties?
Potatoes. And meat's a turnip.
Oh. So the only weird thing is the haggis.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Good evening. Hi. Inside of us foreign. It is a little handbag.
Yeah. Oh.
The title of my talk really is Burns and Booze, because I thought it was appropriate for this particular audience that you would understand these sort of things. But I was asked also not to emphasise too much on the booze side, because Burns was, he was, to put it mildly, quite a person. That he was a farmer, and he was well educated. His father had made sure he was well educated. He died in 1796 at the age of 37. The average lifespan in Scotland at that time was only 39, so he wasn't really exceptional. So you've got to bear that in mind. He published his first book of poems and songs in 1786 when he was 27. He needed the money as he supported a total of 12 children. Yeah. From 4 women. Only one his wife. Of vines and wines and drunken Bacchus. And crabbit names and stories raucous and great our rocks. I sing o' the juice Scotland can mak us. The story is of Tam O'Shanter, which was true memory of Robert Burns. Now we have another of Robert Burns.
Just a wee recap. Robert Burns, amazing, died at 37, wrote more than 700 works in that time, was a farmer, was an exciseman, and managed to sire 12 kids. That's some going and made the most of his time, or what, no? This, one of his works that I'm going to recount is called Scots Wha Hae. So standing in front of his troops in the bleary early beginnings of dawn, this is what Bruce told them. Scots Wha Hae, wi Wallace bled, Scots ham Bruce has often led. Welcome to your gory bed, or to victory. Now's the day and now's the hour. See the front of battle lar. See approach proud Edward's power. Chains and slavery. Wha will be a traitor knave? Wha can fill a card's grave? Wha say base as be a slave? Let him turn and flee. Wha for Scotland's king and law, freedom's sword will strongly draw. Free man stand or free man fall, let him follow me. By oppression's woes and pains, by your sons in servile chains, we will drain our dearest veins, but they will be free. Lay the proud usurpers low, tyrants fall with every foe, liberties at every blow. Let us do our deed!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity to apply on behalf of the lassies, and thank you, Jeffrey, for all your kind words. So, with a pair, the supply is an excellent opportunity to focus on the vices and lack of morality of the laddies. On behalf of the lassies, I would like to thank you and members of Guadalmina Golf Club for organising a splendid evening and a chance to bring us all together in friendship.
Hear, hear.
And please raise your glasses to everyone, and also the ladies raise their glasses to the boys.
Well, that's it for another week. Thank you so much for joining us to find out what's going on in Marbella right now. Lovely to have you with us. If you've got suggestions for the program, if you'd like to come on the show, drop me a line. If it's a suitable, appropriate subject, you are more than welcome. Please do like, share and follow it on the social media. Got a YouTube channel. And you can go to links from my website, nicoleking.es. You go to recordings from the program from my website or to the rtvmarbella.tv website and their YouTube channel. In fact, you can watch us everywhere and anywhere. The important thing is we do it together. #better together. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for more of Ahora Marbella, Marbella Now. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.